This video is to help you with the character inference charts activity. You should only do this activity after you have completed this mini lesson, making character inferences. So in order to complete this inference chart, you will need to use the details from the prologue and the Canterbury Tales. This has already been assigned to you in Salva's, the online textbook. So you'll just go into the online textbook and it should be the first assignment that you see. All right, so the directions say that you're supposed to use text evidence and prior knowledge to make inferences about the characters that are listed below. And you have to pull your evidence from the beginning, middle, and end of each section provided for each character. I'll give you an example here. And for this particular activity, you are only focusing on the knight and the squire. And I have provided you with the lines for each. And if you look here at the first piece of evidence, I give you the lines 44 through 46. And then this is word for word what is in lines 44 through 46. And then I use prior knowledge um, based off of my own experiences. And then I came up with a character trait based off of the evidence and the prior knowledge. This is the inference that I've made, is that the knight is well-mannered and kind. So for evidence number 2, I've already looked up the lines for you. And what you'll do is you'll just type the words from these lines from the very start of line 64 to the very end of line 65. And then you would include um, what you believe to be true about the character based off of your prior knowledge. And you'll basically do the same thing for the third piece of evidence. But as you can see, I did not give you the lines for that. You will have to find the lines yourself. And remember, you're supposed to pick one detail from the beginning of their section, one detail from the middle, and then one detail from the end. I will know which ones you're picking because you are supposed to put the line numbers. If you do not have the line numbers, you will not get the credit for it. So you see, I have one set of traits here, and then there's supposed to be 2 more. So for each piece of evidence, you are going to use the character trait. And then I have the character motivations down here. And as you can see, I've written it in complete sentences. So again, this is what I'm expecting from you. This is the level of effort that I'm expecting. You will have 3 pieces of evidence, and you will include the prior knowledge with each piece of evidence. And then for each piece of evidence, you need to provide a character trait. And you also need to provide character motivations. And so you're going to finish that out for the knight, and then you're going to do the same thing with the squire. You will give evidence based on specific lines that are in the beginning of his section, lines that are in the middle of his section, and then lines that are towards the end of his section. And then for each piece of evidence, you are going to include a character trait. And then last, you are going to do character motivations, and it needs to be in complete sentences. If you have any problems or any questions, please let me know. And of course, you can review the character inferencing mini lesson if you get stuck on this part.